Hello, welcome to So Much to Talk About. It is my pleasure and honor to have world champion Coach Tom Coughlin. Pleasure.
I like that. Thank you. That sounds good. It still does.
Yes, indeed. And I wanted to ask you for, the Tom Coughlin J Fund Foundation was named after Jay McGillis, actually, who was a player at Boston College. Talk about how special he was to you.
Well, he was a special young man. He was an overachiever. He was the kind of guy that would do anything for the team, a great teammate. A guy you could ask to do anything, and he'd go out and do it for his fellow teammates. Jay contracted leukemia, actually came down with it after the 10th game of the season, and we thought it was mononucleosis or something along those lines with the glands, and it turned out to be leukemia. And watching Jay go through this devastating disease, watching his family, the family rallies to the sick child, bills don't get paid, expenses mount. Watching that take place and the passing of Jay McGillis, we knew that we wanted to give back to the community in the name of Jay McGillis. We just didn't know how we were going to go about it. And the Tom Coughlin J Fund Foundation started actually in '95 as an idea, as something that grew, and our first function was in '96, and it's grown today to where we're able to help people. We've donated over $2 million.
Talk about the expansion of the foundation. It seems like it's growing every year.
Well, it is, and this night is a great night. The Champions for Children Gala is a tremendous evening in which I think it rains every time we have it, but nevertheless, the people are great, the support is great, our players are tremendous. They come, they volunteer their time, and what we do, as you know, is we help families who have children with leukemia or other forms of cancer. We do it in all kinds of ways. We help with mortgage payments, car payments, insurance payments, groceries, whatever the family needs to sustain them during the time that they rally around the child. That's what we're there for.
And I wanted to ask you, I'm going to name 5 names: Vince Lombardi, Tom Landry, Bill Parcells, Bill Belichick, Tom Coughlin. 5 former assistant Giants coaches that went on to win Super Bowls as head coaches. I know you wanted to stamp your legacy when you were hired in January 2004. I know you were thinking that, right?
Well, you always think that. You know, you're privileged to be the head coach of the New York Giants, a great, great franchise. In my opinion, the greatest franchise in the history of the National Football League, in the greatest city in the world. So you're privileged to be the head coach, but it's not enough. You want to win and you want to establish something that everyone can be proud of. And this group of young men who played for us in 2007, they're the real reason that we're the world champions.
When you were going to Glendale, Arizona to coach in the Super Bowl, did it feel different, or was it like a regular game to you?
Well, no doubt it's a different game. You're well aware of that. But the fact that we had played down through the playoffs and gained some confidence, that gave us a good footing to go out there and have a good week of practice and then some confidence in going into the game.
Winning those road games, 11 straight to culminate into that championship. How surprised were you that this run was just continuing and continuing?
Well, I wasn't surprised because our team was able to play their best when their best was needed, and it started with our drive at the end of the season, playing the 17th week of the season against the New England Patriots, and there's a team that arguably one of the finest in the history of the National Football League, but we were able to play them well, and I think it gave us some confidence going into the playoffs.
To talk about the extraordinary depth you have in the defensive line, with Osi Umeora out for the season, Michael Strahan retiring, but still Justin Tuck, Matthias Kuanuka. I mean, throughout the years, the Giants have made it a point to bring pass rushers and build that depth. How important has that been for now, especially this situation?
Well, it's obviously we had played Matthias up, and he was playing linebacker, but as soon as the injury to Osi occurred, we put him back at his original position, the position he was drafted for, defensive end. He's done very well. So we have other people that have to come through for us, obviously. Ronaldo Wynn and Dave Tollison and Jerome McDougal. Those guys are all in position to help us as well.
I was talking to Kareem McKenzie earlier, and I'm just impressed with the offensive line, one of the best units in football. You and Pat Flaherty have done a wonderful job. What things did you do to really improve that unit over the 4 seasons?
We've worked together for a few years now, and that definitely helps a lot. And Pat Flaherty, Dave DeGuglielmo, they work with those guys day in and day out. It's a proud unit, and they played certainly very well last year, and we're looking forward to this year as well.
One last question for you. You've been a coach for almost 40 years, and I know when it comes to leadership, what type of advice do you have for the audience about leadership?
Well, you have to be yourself, obviously, but you have to have very strong principles that you believe in, and you have to be there every day with consistency so that people relate to you in terms of what you represent.
Coach Coughlin, thank you for your time, and congratulations on this marvelous evening. Thank you.